So guys, recently a senior citizen who was very active in the 80s and in the 90s in the Moi eras, interested ID loss assessors. He had some units that he used to use before, so they've been sitting at his compound for a while now. Then he entrusted ID loss assessors to come and look at those units and get to give him the values of the units, the mechanical status of those units. So he just simply called ID loss assessors. As you can see here, we visited and we were doing a proper checkup on those vehicles. Like you can see this vehicle, this is a Mitsubishi Rosa. These are vehicles that ran the city in the early 90s here. So like I can tell you, in these vehicles were last parked here. In fact, later these vehicles were parked, they were driven and parked. Not that they were told, these vehicles were driven and parked at this point. They've not been active for the last 4 years. The last time they were on the road was 2022. So the client entrusted ID loss assessors. We visited them. As you can see here, we are doing a proper checkup on the status of the vehicle, the body share. Okay, they need some proper touch up. Wale watu wa project vehicles, you can just check on me on my there's a number on my bio, or like it's at 0702. Okay, I don't do advertisement, but this senior citizen just kindly requested if I can get some people as I do the evaluation and the pre-purchase condition or pre-purchase inspection of those vehicles. I said you could be interested in some of these units. So there are vehicles that are roadworthy. It's only that you do them a slight touch up, like this Mitsubishi Rosa. You just change the oil, check the bushes. Of course, now because they've been some time before they were on the roads, like 4 years, I expect the bushes and such kind of things to maybe because of the harsh or weather condition, being exposed to the sun, they might have cracked. So they could need replacement. So it's just I can say literally these vehicles are just for project purpose. Slight and because from the client's explanation and what I checked on those vehicles, after I packed them there, so they've not been used. Of course, if they've not been used, you need to change the oil and do some slight of electrical bit, because the battery also might not be functioning well. Yeah, just slight tune up and you're good to go. Like you can see in this, we're having here the Volvo, the legendary Volvo 740L. These vehicles, I can tell you, my friends, in the late 90s, early 2000s, hizi ndio gari zilikuwa zinasema kwa barabara. You see, these vehicles normally operate on carburetor. Watu wenye wajui carburetor, I know these carburetors have been phased out by fuel injectors, but they were at point during their time. So those who don't know how carburetors operate, I can tell you, carburetor, they operate on a Venturi, they operate on a Venturi effect. A Venturi effect, inside that carburetor, there's a tube called a Venturi tube. On the intake stroke, when the piston goes down, it creates a vacuum. So that vacuum sucks in the air outside from the air cleaner to the Venturi tube. Then the mechanism of that carburetor, I can just do a touch up for the purpose of clarification. What our when carburetor in operate, they operate like this. So air is flown from outside. During the intake stroke, the piston goes down, creating an air intake. It creates pressure inside that combustion chamber. So the combustion chamber, through the valves, pulls in air. So the air goes through the Venturi system. It's like now a chopped air. The air is reduced, comes from a bigger say a volume area to a smaller volume area in terms of short tube. So that air is choked, or it's air that is restricted. So with the principles of binary, air that flows steadily, the pressure increase in velocity of that air also decreases the pressure. So that is the principle of Bernoulli. Bernoulli is a Swede, I think, yeah, is a Swede mathematician who came up with this rule that helps the carburetor in operation. So air inside that venturi tube is increased in velocity. So inside the carburetor there's a boil where fuel is sucked in. So due to increase or change in pressure, the increase in velocity of air inside the venturi tube sucks that fuel inside the vacuum area, distributing it. Air is mixed with fuel. When you accelerate or you press the accelerator pedal, you allow more air to get into the carburetor venturi tube. Then that air is mixed with fuel, then it's transferred to the combustion chamber, where it's pressed. Now the stroke, the 4 strokes of the engine. I think we covered that in our YouTube channel at Ideal Loss Assessor. You can go check them there. So in the intake stroke, that air is sucked in, then it is compressed. That is the intake stroke, compression, ignition stroke. Then the exhaust stroke, the 4 stroke of the engine. So that is how basically the carburetor operates. So it operates on the principle. You can think of how the binary principle work like hand in hand with the operation of an aircraft. So air streamlining air, the air flowing beneath the aircraft is flowing at a slower rate than that is flowing above the aircraft, forming causing the pressure to increase beneath that aircraft, so allowing the aircraft to stay suspended on the air. So those are basically principles of the Bernoulli's principle, and the same principle are used in the carburetor. So guys, that is how it is. Like in these vehicles, like I'm telling you, this one you can see here is the legendary Volvo that they normally were the talk of the town during those Enzizamoy. So if you had vehicles at that time, you must be a well-connected person, mtu mwenye uko well organized. So these senior citizen and trusted Ideal Loss Assessors, we went there, we checked the vehicles. You can see them here. So this is I can tell this is a Mitsubishi Rosa. There's also a Fuso there. You can see that Fuso, the Mitsubishi Fuso, a FN model. Then there are several vehicles. There's this Prado. This is Prado 120. This Prado 120 basically has not, because of the age and the senior citizen is not comfortable in driving, so he just parked the vehicle, but is disposing those vehicles. Like this Prado, you can see a 120. That vehicle is in perfect condition. So if you have an idea you want to buy, you can also check on that door. Because of the request that he gave me, I can just plug you. All at the end of the day, it's business. But basically, my work there was go to check the status of those vehicles, and they were very in a very perfect condition. The Prado 120 only it's having double battery. It's a diesel with 3 liter. It's also has a sunroof. Muda wa campaign next year, so watu wenye bado hawajajinani vizuri, hujajipanga vizuri with buying these big vehicles, akinanga Land Cruiser, akina Land Cruiser MTX, these latest models, you can just consider having this one. In the meantime, it can serve you. It can serve the purpose. It gonna sunroof, the leather seats. It's an automatic gear, double battery. You'll be good to go. It's a 1 kd engine type. So my good people, that's what I'm telling you. If you're having this kind of units, you need them to be checked. We give you a health report. We give you the status of the vehicles. Kaa huyu mzee, he had parked this vehicle for some times, but he entrusted Ideal Loss Assessors. We went and checked those vehicles. And here we are. We did a report. We did report on all vehicles. There were around 10 to 11 vehicles there. So we went and did a report on the same, and we served the client properly. We told them what they need, the vehicles, the status on them. We gave them the value of those vehicles. So if you're interested, you call that number, I connect you with the person, then we agree. But hizo gari ziko sawa. You can see they were well arranged. They were parked there. They were driven, not road. They were driven and parked there. So basically, when I went and checked, it's only that due to the stay and the duration that they've taken being there, they could not start. Some of the batteries were not functioning. So basically ni kuweka battery, change oil, then you're good to go. So watu wa project vehicles our plug na vitu kama hizi. So guys, stay tuned. Ideal Loss Assessors is here to give you, if you are thinking, if you're having an idea, if you feel, or if you are ready to buy a vehicle, then for pre-purchase inspection, don't think any further. Ideal Loss Assessors is here to cover you. On pre-purchase inspection, we do valuation, like you can see in this case. We do assessments, yeah, and we do consultation. So if you need consultation, we want to consult about a given model of a vehicle, you prefer this or you are uncertain, we give you clarity on both. We give you the advantage and disadvantage of one against the other. So you make your own decision. At the end of the day, we want to make our clients satisfied on basis of time, value, integrity, and professional work. So guys, stay tuned. Ideal Loss Assessors is here to serve you. So stay tuned, don't touch that dial. And consider to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also at Ideal Muita. All platforms. Facebook Ideal Muita, Instagram Ideal Muita, TikTok Ideal Muita, and YouTube Ideal Muita. So guys, stay tuned for this kind of content. And if you need job, if you need a proper job, don't hesitate to call us. We are just available, just a phone call away, and we give you the service. So don't touch that dial.